Welcome to Arable Plus, showcasing the practices arable farmers are using to enhance their cropping and wider farming enterprises, as well as trying to quantify the benefits. In Aberdeenshire, George McWilliam tells us about why he uses cover crops and also his experiences over the years.
This cover crop you see here is a mixture of oil radish, phacelia and clover that was established in early August after winter barley. We first thought about cover crops about 10 years ago, just as a way of maybe trying to incorporate more organic matter into the soils and some of the more continuous arable rotations on the farm. Then with the change in the IACS rules and EFA, this then fitted in perfectly for being our greening element for cross compliance. We've found that generally we get better soil structure after the cover crops for the following spring barley crop. The ground ploughs better. It's almost halfway to being like when you plough grass lay. It tends to be more friable. Fields are drier on lighter land, they're drier to get on quicker on the springtime. I would say overall I think we do get a yield uplift in both yield and straw on average over the sort of 10 years that we've been doing it. We've seen yield uplifts of maybe 1/4 of a tonne an acre of spring barley, sometimes improved specific weights, and also maybe a bale or two or an acre of round bales of straw. This catch crop here will be utilised through the winter with ewes that we take on the farm to give extended grazing once the grass is done. Pitfalls can be a potential for the cover crop to get too advanced before we're allowed to destroy it under EFA rules, which, as you can see, the radish here is flowering in the end of September, so that may get perilously close to producing seed. We've also had maybe some issues on heavier ground that by working the land to sow the cover crop, it then makes it actually wetter to try and then work in the springtime. That seems to be more on heavy, sticky land rather than light land. I think farmers should consider cover crops certainly to aid soil structure and maintain soil quality, particularly in all arable rotations. Establishing the cover crop's very simple. We use a basic farm-made cultivator that we just work straight into the stubble. There's minimal amount of disturbance as possible.
Arable Plus considers the different methods being used by arable farmers around the country to add more to their businesses. Over the winter, we'll try to quantify some of the benefits, not only financially, but also in terms of the benefits to the soil and the wider farm business. For more information, visit the FAS website or come along to the next Arable Plus meeting.